here. Oh, I tried. Last week I tried to record a show, and I've had a cold. And got on to record and talk for maybe a minute, started coughing, and cleared my throat. Talked for another minute, started coughing. I just kept coughing and coughing, couldn't stop coughing. So I gave up. After about 9 minutes of trying to wait, I figured, well, I'll just edit out the coughs. And I kept coughing. I'm like, this is crazy. Just wait till my voice is better. So here we are, back in action. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known throughout the microphone. Because I get stupid, I mean outrageous. Stay away from me if you're contagious. So we're going to give it a shot this week. I think I'm okay. I think I'll make it through. Just with this whole sinusy, throaty thing, I sounded really very weird. Weirder than I normally sound. But I'm going to give this a shot this week. So technically this is last week's show this week or something like that. But anyway, here we are. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Michael. I'm a women's photographer from New Jersey. Worked with hundreds of women through the course of my career. And on this show, we answer some questions that you may have about working with a woman's photographer in the strange, bizarre universe of boudoir photography that you may think is normal. But just take a listen to an episode or two of this show and you'll see that it is very, very strange indeed. So we want women to have a good experience, fun time, not get wrapped up with a wacky photographer, overpaying, and 800 other things that can go wrong visiting any type of a woman's photographer without really knowing what to ask, what to look out for. So we're here to give you some information, some details so you can make smart choices about your photography session. Because we want everybody to have a good time. It's not simple. It just should be simple, but it's not simple because those photographers are all bananas. So here we are. That's what we're doing. And got another interesting question. This week we're going to chat about a bit. I don't think it's going to be a super long show. Again, my voice probably sounds horrible to you, but I'm going to push through. And hopefully next week will be better. But this week, what we're going to be talking about is the question, do women ever do completely nude boudoir sessions? Oh, do they? Does it happen? Is it a thing? So that's what we're going to be chatting about a bit today as I sip probably more than normally would on my tasty beverage. In an effort to keep my throat okay and not start choking the whole time. So you just have to listen to me going all the time through the show. But hey, that's the price you pay for good information. So there it is. So me, I don't even know what I'm drinking. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Strawberries and cream soda. Probably the worst thing for me. So, talking about boudoir a bit today. And me, personally, I was trying to think about this, and I don't think I have ever had someone come in and do a session that was entirely nude from front to back. I mean, every picture, everything we did, I was thinking, and in my case, I don't think that's ever happened. I may have had someone ask about that, if that's a thing, or if they could do something like that, but I don't think it ever actually happened. So it's not really, I think, something that you find happening often. I don't think it's ever happened in my case. If someone approached me and it did, I mean, I would have no issue with somebody doing that. But the point being is that, you know, women's photography, boudoir photography is really about preference and comfort and everybody is comfortable doing a different thing. Everybody wants something unique out of their session. And if someone's idea of that is doing all of their photos nude, then hey, knock yourself out. But I don't think that it is something like super common, like a lot of people may think what's going on inside of those closed doors of the boudoir studio. And I think it's like, when I talk to people, friends or, guys, oh, you have a great job, this, and think that's just like rampant nudity going all over the place. And it's just not really the case in boudoir photography, at least, that I know of, and people I talk to. I mean, in my case, I'd rather have people, and it's funny because I joke about with my clients, I'd rather have people keep their clothes on the whole entire time, do pictures. I like to read portraits. I have no problem, again, with the lingerie part of that. But I think there's this belief out there that boudoir is a lot of rampant nudity, all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and that's simply, in my experience, just not the case. I mean, that is one option as far as what someone can wear or do in a session, but it's just one of many options that are available for someone to come in and do a boudoir shoot. And just focusing on that, I don't think really tells the whole entire story. I mean, nudity has always been a part of boudoir photography since there's been boudoir photography. But I think it's more about celebrating each woman's individual choice. And certainly, there have people come in and then my husband loves my boobs. Can we take a picture of my boobs? Or he loves this. Can we just do a picture of this? And there are always those people who want to do a particular photo or lying there maybe with just a sheet with nothing on. And that's fine. And I think you find a lot more of that going on than just someone coming in and ripping off of the, here we go, we're going to get rolling today. I just don't think that's what a lot of women are looking for in a session. And I don't think it's what a lot of people who are getting these gifts are looking for to get out of these sessions either. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but given the option, people just aren't coming in and doing something like that. So usually people would be like, as I said a moment ago, maybe a couple of pictures of this or a few pictures of that, and let's kind of go and do this. Once in a while you have someone who may have a very specific posing idea. They saw something, again, online that was very dramatic and woman was topless or something like that, and you'll focus on a few kind of very specific photos. Or I've had women who just got new boobs and they want some more pictures of their boobs because they like their new boobs, or he's a booty guy who do some pictures of the booties. But these seems to be just like a few photos that people want in the range of everything that we do in an entire session. So I think that's way more common for the people who choose to go in that direction, just to do a few shots here and there. It doesn't tend to be an entire session of just someone without any clothes on. So, that's one person's experience. However, doing this hundreds and hundreds of times, you start to see patterns develop. And so we don't want anybody out there to feel any pressure that, or think that this is nudity has to be part of any session. And I think that's one thing. I think a lot of people are aware of this now, but nudity is never required as part of a boudoir shoot. And I'm going to say most have no form of nudity in it. Lingerie and people wearing, like maybe robes and other stuff like that. But as a percentage that we do some type of nudity, and I'm not even talking a full nudity, part of maybe 25%, maybe a little bit more, a couple shots, but it's never required. And there's a lot of sessions that go through that are just bra and undie sets or whatever, lingerie, or even more covered up. Like I said, we do dresses and sweaters and things like that. So if you ever run into a situation where you have some photographer that for whatever reason is implying that it's required, or you feel that it's required. The photographer says something like that to you, it's time to find a new photographer. But if you feel like there's this consensus that you've been seeing that boudoir is all about nudity, it isn't. I hate to break it to you. And it's not required. If you were feeling awkward about contacting a photographer because you felt like you kind of liked the idea of boudoir photography but didn't want to do nudity, it's never required. Plenty of women come in, no nudity, cute outfits, great gift, and that's all you need to do. And the most important part of any of these sessions, like I said, is your comfort. You're in control, and it's all about having a bit of fun, and everybody has a different level of comfort when it comes to doing something like that. So these sessions and photographers are very adaptable to every person's unique comfort level, what they want from a session, because maybe your friend thinks it's a little too far for her, or the other way around. And don't judge by what somebody else does. You do not have to do that. You can go in, have the chat with your photographer about what you want to get in your session, and so that way you're both on the same level. There's never any pressure to go in and do anything like that. I think what happens a lot too is that people are a little apprehensive at first. Usually people are nervous, and then they come in and they're like, this is actually pretty fun. And so they may have been thinking about doing something a little out of their comfort zone a bit, but they weren't sure. And then they get on location and they realize photographer's cool, everything is fun, they're having a good time. And maybe I'm going to take this one chance and do something, take things off that I would normally not take off. And that's okay too. There's no need to commit up front to any kind of activities as far as your session goes. It's all about your level of comfort. You're completely in control over what you do in your session. And it all comes down to what's going to be fun for you, what you're going to enjoy doing. But nudity, never required in a boudoir session. And I don't think I've ever done a session that's entire beginning to end nudity. That would get pretty boring, I think. Anyway, so that's our little quick question today. Just a short show so my voice can hold up, not drive you crazy. And this is the kind of thing that the show is all about, and answering these type of questions, because there's some people who aren't sure. And I encourage everybody to send in their questions so we can chat about them and answer them, so that way you have accurate information when going in and feeling empowered about your shoot and deciding what's best for you. And you're going to have a good time. You're going to look back on it, that was fun, had a great time, looking forward to trying this again, because we don't want anybody to feel pressure from something they've read in a weird chat room online or a weird discussion group online. And there's a lot of conflicting information about women's photography out there, as we've seen, and then there's a whole lot of photographers who don't make it any easier, which they should be making it easier for the client. So a simple thing like that. Hope we cleared up some information about being nude in boudoir. Again, usually there's a shot here or there with some clients. Never required to do a whole session nude or any part of a session nude. It's just purely down to someone's comfort and what they want to do in their session. And this is something, as always, you should have a chat with your photographer if you're thinking about this, making sure they're okay doing shots like that as well. And then everything works out. You do it. Have a cute gift, whether it's for yourself, boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whoever you're doing it for. Get some cute photos. So that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for this week. My voice held up. I'll be back on track, maybe a little bit longer next week. Get rid of my headache. Get rid of my clogged nose. I'm out in the forest today. Like, I haven't even been exercising as much because my head has been so clogged I have a headache. So I'm going through with big piles of tissues, like I'm blowing my nose when I'm like exercising, because I can't even breathe. So And these germs get a hold of you. They don't want to leave. So getting better, though. So should be back on track on next week. I'm going to keep drinking fluids. I think I'm going to try to take a nap this afternoon, which I never get time to do. Still have to do some leaf blowing out in the front, but I think I'm just going to take the rest of my day and find a nap at some point in there. So thanks for everybody for stopping by this week. Enjoy your November afternoon, and I will chat with you next time. Thanks. See ya.